What's up, guys? Everybody should be able to hear me okay? Check, check. All right, making sure I have the right microphone working here. There. My workspace is an absolute wreck. I tell you right now. Getting all this going has proven to be quite the task. Quite the task. All right, I can move this now. Eduardo, Darren, Derek, what's up, guys? How are we doing tonight? Sorry I didn't schedule this. Totally meant to, but didn't get around to doing it. So, because that's my life right now. Oh, right. We can save those jumpers. Don't need this anymore. Derek, 1 a.m. in the UK. Well, thank you for choosing to hang out in my stream at 1 o'clock in the morning. Eduardo. So, we'll start off with what I've been doing. If anybody is new to this series of streams, this is me building a DIY Prusa Mark III's Bear. When I say DIY, I mean total DIY. This frame is recycled from another printer. Stepper motors recycled from another printer. The smooth rods recycled from another printer. But then I went ahead and bought the Prusa. I bought an NZ board, which I have right here. And then I had a screen on hand. I had fans. I had most everything. So I used a lot of parts that I had here in my space to go ahead and make this. And I have been fighting with it for, what, 3 weeks now, I'd say? It has just been issue after issue after issue. And this final issue is kind of the nail in the coffin of I cannot get it to home the Z properly at all anymore. And it seems to be that I don't even know if it's a power supply issue or if it is a bed issue. But I kind of just threw in the towel and said, you know what? I'm done with trying to fight through Prusa's configuration wizard, and his firmware is just, again, impossible to edit. Like, there's only a few people that I know, and thankfully one of them is in my Discord. Jack came over to my Discord, has been helping me for these few weeks to try and get this thing to actually work. And I even went into the 602 Discord to try and get them to help out. And it's kind of, I mean, even from Greg himself, this is kind of like no one knows what's wrong. So you know what? I had an SKR 1.4 come in on Monday of last week, or this week, and this is now running an SKR 1.4. So that was easy to go ahead and fix, change out, I guess easy enough. Public service announcement though, if you are going from a Prusa printer to an SKR, swap out your fans, because the fan's only 5 volts. And when you put a 24 volt power supply on a 5 volt fan, you absolutely fry it. So I had some nice bright little flashies for a few seconds there while I fried that fan, the 5 volt fan with 24 volts. So now I have the 24 volt fans on. I just went ahead and swapped out this X motor with one of the black ones again, because since I can adjust my stepper current myself, I have no issue with it. I'm running SKR 1.3 on Megatron. Megatron was using these black motors before LDO hooked up that machine with some LDO motors. So right now I'm kind of just finishing up getting everything tuned. Right now Y-axis is not moving, X will home, and Z won't home until those two successfully home. So right now I'm going to go ahead and just kind of work on this a little bit more and get it working. I did find a pretty awesome universal. Actually, this is the one that Chris Warkocki recommends, and it's the universal SKR mount. So it's an SKR 1.3 or 1.4. You can add on like a Pi underneath of it. Like, there's so much you could do with it. It's crazy. At the end of this stream, I will edit. I didn't schedule anything, so I didn't put the links, but I'll put the links for the printed part I used for the control box, which again, once I turn this around, make room on my desk, show you guys on camera. It's a very cool control box, a lot of space in it, a lot of cable management in it. So I actually really do like it. It was a little bit of a pain at first with printing, but I went ahead dual color as well to make it kind of get a little bit of pop, just kind of hidden. Again, this is mostly blacked out build, which I'm really liking, with a few touches of white here and there. I may end up redoing this front panel because it says it's a full Bear Prusa. It is no longer that, it's an SKR Bear. So I might still swap that out. But my hope and goal is once I fix the wiring issue on the Y motor, I'll be able to get this to home on the X and Y. Then we can work on getting the Z to home. I also had tore apart which I still have not put it back together yet, my Mark III S clone. I tried that NZ board again, and I took the Pinda probe off of it, which I think someone asked about the Pinda probe. I tried 2 Pinda probes, and I have another brand new one in my parts that I ordered as a spare from Printed Sols. So I'm ordering from them, might as well order a second one. And I have a spare Pinda probe for now that 3 printers are running Pindas. Need to have one of those sitting around. So that also did not work to solve the issue. Again, it pretty much came down to is once the bed heated up and the bed was hot, it would no longer home properly. And again, we really couldn't figure out if it was a current issue from the Prusa power supply, or I mean, again, it's a Prusa clone power supply. It's not a Prusa power supply, but these are only 250 watts when most power supplies on printers are 360 watts or 320 watts. For the most part, they're 360 for all the 12 volt versions. But at 24 volts, 240 should be more than enough in order to do anything we need to do. But again, it was just kind of being weird. So after I do all of this, and if it still does not want to level Z properly, then 100% I'm going to kind of like know, well, is the power supply. So at that point, I will need to put a new power supply in here. And that will need a whole new mount as well, because the Prusa one is tall and skinny, and the other 24 volt ones I have are shorter and wider, a little bit fatter, so they won't fit in this case. That will suck, but I am hopeful that I just needed to go to an SKR instead, make this an SKR Bear, and forget about all the Prusa stuff. The only other thing that I also need to do is I need to pull the 2 diag pins off of the extruder 2209 so that I can get the filament sensor to work, because I'm using Chris Warkocki's guide here on the SKR. And for the wiring, let me pull this up here real quick for you guys. Yeah, here's the wiring for it and how to do. So I did have to flip my LCD, excuse me, to get that to work. I am also, he has the print cooling fan going to fan 0, and I believe it is laid out here in the firmware, but it's not working that way. It's always on, and I think I'm going to change it just to fan pin 1, which will make it go on to the extruder, because extruder 0 is your active extruder. This board can do 2 extruders. So extruder 1, you can turn that into a fan controller for your hot end fan, basically. So once it gets above 650 degrees centigrade, the fan will kick on. And I might actually dual output that also to be the cooling fan on the electronics. I decided to go ahead and put a little fan on it. The ones in my other one do get warm, but they have that 50 millimeter fan. I had a spare 40 millimeter by 20 millimeter deep fan that kind of fits onto this case real cool. And again, I'll show you guys here in a minute up close, but I think that'll help out a bit. Oh, let's see here. Going through comments, here we go. Pinda talked about that, yeah. Eduardo, yes, you can use the thermistor in the Pinda now, apparently. I don't know the magic behind it, but with Marlin 2.0, it does work, and I'm using Chris Warkocki's, and he uses a Pinda on some of his, so it should all work. Again, I was able to flash it. It took it without a problem, was able to build it off of his, so we should be able to go off to the races here. So let me, again, my desk is horrendous, so let me move some things around here real quick and get going. So the other thing I had to do was, this was the 2 power leads coming off of the Prusa power supply, and I had to take both these off because number one, you only need one, and the other one is that they are too short because the way that the board is in this enclosure, it actually flips it upside down. So instead of your power leads facing down, your power leads are facing up. Not a huge fan of that configuration, but that is the way that the board fits in there because the opening is on the outside of the printer, not the inside of the printer. So servicing, it makes sense, but layout of the board, it just kind of doesn't. I mean, it works. Again, it does work. It's just a little funky. So let me move a couple things around here, putting some of my screwdrivers up because, yeah, I've been working on this pretty hardcore for the past few days now to try and get this working properly. Which again is part of the nice thing about being home right now is I can dedicate a bunch of time to just work on getting these, getting this working. And again, has been pretty nonstop. So, and this was from the bed. So the bed on this one, again, this is a FISEC bed. It is a clone bed. It came soldered, and I know that's kind of like the faux pas thing now to do with the Prusa beds. So I went ahead and desoldered them, cleaned all the solder off, made a new wire, bolted that on. So that is now on there securely with a nut and bolt. So it is more serviceable, and kind of going to go from there. I put ferrules on all my connectors. I had to crimp a ton of new connectors because I had to extend all of the new fan wires. So I do have an upcoming video that I'm preparing to do. I'm not ready to do it probably for another month or so because actually Aaron, one of my patrons, is sending me some more tools that he likes, and he has better versions than I do, and he's sending me a couple of them. So I am going to wait until I get his tools, and I'm going to do kind of a tools and accessories video on if you want to build your own machine or you want to service more, then we'll be able to do more with your machines. Just kind of go over a basic amount of tools that you're going to need in order to make that happen. These are my original test prints, which are pretty much invalid now since I'm changing all of that out. And almost have enough space here. I don't know if we need the drill again. I had to drill out a couple of holes just to make it easier to pass the screws through. I will need that. Now we can turn this, kind of do like something like that number there. There is a Lego Duplo piece on my desk. Because why not? Because I have kids. Broke, that was too big. Okay, let's get you guys zoomed in here now. Goes which way? This way? That way. There we go. Okay, so as you can see here, here is my electronics board in the drivers are over here. Here you have your USB and micro SD card. So from the back here, bed connector comes down here at the bottom. LCDs, but again, your power connector is up here at the top. So power has to come up, around, and then in. So it's a little bit of a different design, a little bit of a different layout. I don't not like it, but it's not my favorite, put it that way. And then it has this really cool face that goes on it. And this actually, these pieces have the honeycomb shapes on them. And so this is for a 40x10 fan that just slips in there. And then it just friction fits into this honeycomb. So you could run one or two. I'm running one pretty much smack in the middle of where the stepper drivers are to give it cooling right onto them. You don't have to actively cool 2209 drivers, but I think because I'm using these very cheap motors, they do need a little bit more power, which makes the stepper driver run a little bit warmer. And again, just to be safe, it doesn't hurt anything to have a fan on there. So we're gonna go ahead and throw a fan on there. Also, it does come with a 60mm fan version, which I don't know why I printed it, but I figured why not? Because I might have a 60mm that was quieter than this 20, but I don't have a 60mm 24 volt. So that was the one thing. And I didn't want to put in a buck, not a buck, sorry, a down converter. And I think you probably couldn't, but like this bottom space here could be covered up with that other Raspberry Pi thing. But again, this not going to have a Pi on it, doesn't need one. So we're not going to do that. Keep your printer inside of an oven, pro tip. So yeah, I think we're getting there. I'm going to go ahead and get this Y motor sorted out because that is my current issue. So we're going to flip these two here because on the pinout on the NZ and the pinout here are a bit different. So I need to I think it's just this set I need to change. And now we're doing black up on these. And if you're curious, again, when I'm done with the stream, I'll put Chris Wakaki's GitHub down below, which has his firmware and has the wiring guide and everything that you need, the parts you need to print to make an SKR Bear happen. I'll put all that down in the video description in just a bit. Benchy and auto space grade plastic. That's a little ridiculous. All right, well, let's turn this on now that Y should be okay. To motion, and then we're just going to do home Y. No, Y still not homing properly. It could be because the belt's a little tight. So let's loosen the belts up. Home X, just so you can see that work. That worked. Home Y. Nope, that's still not liking it. So let me I do have my thing here. Again, every time you switch boards and motors, things just can get a little finicky. So I just want to make sure that these are my right pairs. So it should be red and black, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, red and black. Let me just look at the schematic here real quick. Hey, Aaron, what's up, man? I wasn't even expecting you to make it. Yeah, they're supposed to be there together. So we could try flipping the other two. BAAB. So let's try flipping green and blue. See if that changes anything. I am unsure if it will, but also this 4-pin is getting just beat up. I exchanged it so many times on the NZ to get it finally working. Switch the blue and green around. See if we can't get this motor working properly. Again, we're doing black up top. Okay. Back on. Let's see what's up. He said he was dropping the kids off. I don't know if you were staying or not. All right, motion, home Y. Still nothing. All right, let's switch the other two as well then. See if that gets us anywhere. So let's also switch black and red. This connector's getting pretty beat up. Okay. this again. Yeah, the SKR is in there, Aaron. It's what I spent the past 2 days working on. Why is still not homing at all? It is trying to go the opposite way, so let's flip it over. Definitely tell it's trying to go the wrong direction. So maybe just simply flipping this connector will help us. And again, maybe not, but we'll find out. And this is getting, Aaron, this has got a SKR 1.4 in it now. Because that's what came in the mail. I bought one to have. I didn't really have a purpose for it, but if this ends up working out, then this was its purpose. No, that's still not going. And now we're not locked up at all. Okay, so let's flip both of those back now. So we'll go black, red, green, blue. This is one of my biggest downfalls of printers. It did. Okay. Yeah, my receiver died. I get about, I don't know, about 20 hours out of batteries in these, but I just forget about it. Yeah, sorry about that. Yep. Oh, what I was saying is I'm gonna go ahead and just put this other black motor in. I know the pinout of this motor, but these other motors are just being a pain, and I lost my bit. Son of a gun! What happened to the bit? The flex head for the iFixit is pretty nerve-wracking. I have no idea where that head went. Are you kidding me? There's that. There's that. There it is. Okay. Don't get it all the way in there. What's going on, Jim? Brandon, have you ever known me to be shy? Okay. Get this motor out. Swap the pulley off of it. That's the wrong one. Connector. Belt. Two and number 3. Vince, what's up, man? Sexy time with Marlon. Well, dude, if that's sexy time for you, I applaud you. Definitely not that for me. It is a pull my hair out and get more grays type of time when I mess with Marlin. Okay, so Y motor. Blue, red, green, black should be the pin out of it. And we do need it to go home the opposite way. Let's put this in there. Okay. We need power. All right, let's see if Y will home Y now. Belt's tensioned. Move. Home Y. Still not doing it. Why is it still not homing? I'm not even locked. I'm gonna flip out the connector as well. We'll redo the pin should be right this time. That's what it is for the other motor. Blue, red, green, black. I think this connector's just bit it because I've switched it out so many times. Yeah, those kind of just come right out. Let's try this again with a new connector. Make sure all of those pins are making good contact. Ooh. Oh, we're locked, but we're still jumpy. Why are we still jumpy? All right, so both of those Z's are backwards. That's an easy fix. And Y is still not homing properly. So let's go down here and flip the Z motors. Just an easy task. We're going to go blue up on those. And then right this one here. This one as well. Where I put those at? All right. Let's try just flipping the middle two pins on Y and see if that helps. I think I just need to, I think it's going to be flipping the two pairs to have those go the other way. Which is weird because this is how this worked before. That's how legit just put it in backwards. God, my big chunky hands are not fitting well in there. Okay, let's try this way out now. Yeah, Jack, we got SKR going, man. It's still just chirping on me. So I think it's a, I think I just need to reverse the AB polarity of them. This is why, again, I don't like motors. Let's try flipping this one. This worked last time. I just flipped red and black with each other. That's what worked. If everyone is confused what's going on, this is not a homing issue. This is not an end stop issue. This is a how to wire your motors properly issue. And if your motors are not wired right, they won't even move. And they won't home if they don't even move properly because they're not wired properly. And as I've complained before in the stream, there is no standard out there for motors. So they all come however they want to come. So you never know what kind of motor, what's going to happen with the motors you have. If it's what the sequencing is going to be in your pinout. Don't know. All right, let's flip the other two then. Oh, so let's flip. We did black. Let's do green and blue. Pick up that. Come on. Why are you stuck in there? I think I'm going to rip that out. I'm not careful. Come on. So let's do the inside, green on the outside. Let's try this way. Okay, power on. Yeah, Derek, Jim, I know. I know the pairs. It's red, black, green, blue. I know the pairings. But it's which way is A and B is what matters when you get to the board. No one knows what A and B is. See, it's doing that little chirp. Watch it. It's like it's doing that chirp. I don't know why it's doing that chirp. I don't know what we're doing here. You see it? You hear it? Not even homing properly. But we could. Let's set the thing lower just to be sure. We're going down to configuration, advanced. Should come to TMC drivers. It's the current. Hit Y lower real quick. No, it's not that. I don't know why I can't get this motor to work. Maybe it doesn't have power? It's doing that just like chirp, chirp, and then it stops. It's supposed to be 2A, 2B, 2A, 1A, 1B. That's the pinout of on the board. Yeah, it's loose. Like I can, it's not getting, I mean, any looser it might not even catch. Yeah, I mean that built spaghetti now. I wonder if it's a current thing. Maybe I need to bump the current up on that, which I can do real quick. I'm gonna bump it up regardless, just to make sure that that's not it. I think the coils are fighting each other right now. Well, no, it's energized, so it doesn't move at all. You got to really yank it to get through the coils because it's magnetized. Where am I at? Where's my mouse at? Here we go. So Y current is currently 600. Home is only 300. We're gonna up that to 500 on the homing current. Build this and get it exported to the SD card. Again, this is not my firmware. This is Chris Rokocki's firmware. Oh, what failed? Why'd you fail? See you later, Aaron. Tristan, I'm not doing any of this live. I power the printer off every time. Jim, I have no idea what the motor amperage rating is. I know it works with printers. Again, these are the motors that were on Megatron. They do work. It's just figuring out the stupid pinout of them. That's all it is. Compiling. The cable was working, Jesse, with the other board. It's just, again, figuring out the pinout for this different board. I can grab another cable, but I don't really, honestly, not think that's going to change anything. Why aren't you recognizing the SD card? Fine, I'll unplug you, plug you back in. USB drive, there we go. Delete .current. Again, the motor works. I know the motor works, guys. It's not a question if it works. It's a question of simple wiring. What is the way that the wires work? That's all it is right now. I have another cable out here. There's another cable. Also, the homing current was all the way down to 300 on this when I'm trying to home. So that's obviously pretty low, but that's what Chris is using in his build. All right, totally new cable. Firmware's done. Time is 9:47, that's right. So copy that. Oh, come on. Paste here. Okay. let Marlin build. Or update, I should say. Where's my move axis at? Move axis. Yeah, see, it's trying. You can hear it. You guys hear that? So it's the coils fighting each other. All right, so let's get my handy dandy little jumper here. We're gonna go black and red. That's not it. Let's go. Okay, so it's, yeah, black and red. I just need to flip the two of these connectors. 2 pins. Because they need to be side by side. Take these JST ones for the DuPonts that I made. There we go. Okay. So let's go black, red, green, blue. Okay. Turn it on. Let's see what happens. Motion, move axis, move Y. There it is. So we were running backwards though. Okay. So it might have been that's it might be those pins because I've taken them out so many times. So I'm going to reverse these pins now. So we're going to go blue, green, red, black, top down. I guess I can just do it in the firmware. I guess we'll just do that. It's probably the way you should do it. Black, red, green, blue. I'm just curious why this one isn't working though. That is what is befuddling me here is why is that one working and this one's not? Those are switched. So let's try switching these ones here now. These are black, red, green, blue. Because I already have this other cable already in here. Ouch, that hurt. So I really want to use it. Let's just pull these 2 pins out. Where'd my needle nose pliers go? That's the question. That's the question of the day. I don't know. front of my face. This one more time. Said this needs to be black, red, green, blue, right? Black, red, green, blue with black at the top. Red, come on. If this doesn't work, then we know it's the cable. Again. All right, let's try it one more time here. Motion. One. Move axis. Move Y. Yeah, it's the cable. Okay. So I'm going to put this one in, and we're going to continue with tuning, and I will cable manage this at a later time. Because there's like 40 zip ties that I have to take out in order to make this work again. So, well, just to cable manage it all, it's a lot of zip ties. Okay. Now let's see if we can auto home. One of my Z motors is acting up now. Wonder if they're doing that because I flipped them. It's fine. Auto home. What was that? You need to up the X home as well. See if Z even homes. I know it's way over there. Things are not working yet. Nope. That's not triggering. All right, so clearly this firmware is not good to go. So let's try and figure that out, shall we? All right, so let's up the X. I'm gonna make this 600. I'm gonna make the home current 500. Z is not even triggering, so it didn't even. I guess I could hook this up to a pronner face and check the end stop. I might need to invert the end stop for the ABL, but actually let's go ahead and let's get pronter face going. Yeah, Darius, says it was homing. So let's get, where's my big old cable at? Right here. Let's get this connected. Connect. Okay. Okay. So make sure it's the right one. Yeah, the X home current is just garbage. Oh, it thinks it's home. It thinks it's home. Motor's off. Let's make it home. Yeah, the movement current's fine. That home current is not enough for my crap motors. Maybe for LDOs it's fine. 9. So Z is open. I hold something there though. Figures. All right, so why Z didn't home is kind of confusing me here. So let's, we're gonna rebuild this. And okay, now that I'm connected via USB, I can just do that. So let me, yeah, it seems okay. Okay, let's build this now. And put this on. And hopefully X and Y should then go okay. I need to reset Eprom, so I do need to remember to do that because I normally forget. Do 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 do. Delete the firmware current because that's obviously not working. Okay, that built. Timestamp is good. All right, let's power off, power back on, reset EEPROM, and see what happens. I still need to change that fan though, too, like I said. All right, so we're down to configuration, advanced, initialize EEPROM, motion, auto home. Well, that sounded janky. Yeah, I think I'm just too high. That's what it is. Also why we do this cold. Okay, I think X sensitivity is too high because that did not home properly. Where we go back here? Let's go back to here. You guys can see it. So let's do the configuration, advanced, TMC, sensorless homing, X. So it's let's go to lower sensitivity. So let's go down to 70. Okay, that works. But when I do auto home, auto home again. That is better. Let's tension up this Y belt now. It's pretty loose. That there. So let's do motion, auto home. Okay, Y is too high. That's not homing all the way. Configuration, advanced, TMC, sensor, Y. Let's turn Y down to 70 as well. Motion, auto home. Oh, Y is going backwards. That's why. Okay. Let me flip the Y connector. Oh no, that's what we were having trouble with. Oh, it's backwards. That doesn't make any sense. It's homing the wrong direction? I gotta run upstairs 1 second, check on kids. I'll be right back. Okay. Yeah, Jim, I know, but I want to verify the motion real quick. Yeah, so I had it right before, I guess. Let me reverse these pins again. Or let's just do it in firmware. Screw it. Let's just do it in firmware. I'm already connected right here. So invert Y direction fall. And let's build it. Should take only a few seconds to build. I made one change. And we'll see what happens. Tension up X a little bit more too, I think. Does it feel good now? Oh, that's offline, isn't it? Now I gotta turn it on. I gotta turn on in order to upload to the thingamajigger. SD card. And then reboot it. Do. That one. Compiling. Like when you're watching it takes forever, but like really this took a minute and 28 seconds. But it feels like an eternity. Okay, let's power off, power back on, reset the Eprom. Whoops, we'll do that. All right, let's go to configuration, advanced, initiate Eprom, beep, way up, motion, auto home. We go left, we not going back. Oh, it's because of my I didn't change the settings in the firmware. Configuration, advanced configuration, PMC drivers, senseless. Okay, we're taking both of these down to 70. Motion, auto home, X homes, Y homes. Okay, there's that. I think though I can pull that pin to a smidge lower. I think it's still a little too high, just a skosh. That's two. Go. One. There we go. Okay, let's auto home again. Motion, auto home. There's X. There's Y. And there's Z without crashing into it. Holy hot dog. We got this thing going. Ooh wee. Man, that was a task and a half right there. Gotta say that. Yeah, I mean, the Prusa method is the what's it called, zip tie. You get the nozzle on the bed and you put a zip tie there and then lower it down to that. I'm just about there. I personally like mine to be in line with the bottom of the part cooling fan, because when things start to curl up, 9 times out of 10 when people have that issue on like Twitter and Facebook, it's the Pinda probe catching on their print that's curling up, and that's how they get epic fails. I personally keep my Pinda a smidge higher just to be sure that's not going to hit. I know the fan cooling shroud's not going to hit, because if it did, my settings are wrong. But if you have the Pinda too close to where the nozzle is, like on the same level wise, you're going to have issues, and it's very, very common to see. All right, well, let's button some of this up now. So we know we home. I'm not gonna print yet. I want to get the Y cable managed real quick, and then I want to get the enclosure closed, and then I think we can go ahead and do a cube and see how a 40mm cube rolls out on this thing. So let's get this up here. Take that out before I break it up the cable. Okay. So Y motor is just right here, and there's my new one there, but I don't want the sleeving on it. Okay, take that off real quick. And then which zip ties do I need to kill? I need to kill this one. Right? Except for that? No. Oh yeah, that goes through there. Does it? Yeah, that's why right there I need to take out. Old one. Come out. You need to go into here. Come on. Ugh. Okay, new one. Oh, it needs to go the other way. It needs to go up to here, then loops down into this. Need to undo that. Side of the cable's on this side. There we go, that way. Anybody that says I'm OCD, you can shut it up. I know I'm OCD. Need to snip this one off here. Now we need to get out some replacements. Crap, what's up? Oh, I'm not at the end of the stream yet, dude, but I am towards the end of the build because I think I got it. It was definitely an infuriating build, to say the least. So this little cable here, I'm gonna tone it out and see what's wrong with it. But it could be one of the crimps up here failing, or I highly doubt it's one of the machine crimps. Those hardly ever are bad. Okay, so we just gotta do like that. Black's not in, that's why. Get you in here. Kind of like that. Okay, so now we can go ahead and this one here. couple on here. So we'll do one on here. Here. Do that one's still good. Okay, snip these off now. And then I need to just add one over here, I think. I need to get this bed cable put away. I'm not gonna be able to show you guys this, I'm sorry. I just can't build something this way when the camera's there. Sorry. It's just really hard to see. Pull LCD cables up and in. So those are in there. Before I seal this up, I need to cut the diag pins off of the extruder. So X, Y, Z, E, and E1. I need to take them off of E. I'm just gonna verify that again with a build guide here. Morning, Dimple. So let's go to this up here. Liam, this is not a kit. This is a full DIY build. I bought all the parts to make this. It is a Prusa Bear. But if you watch the previous streams, I did have an NZ board in there. Wasn't getting any luck with that and my cheap motors, so I switched out and put an SKR 1.4 in it. Yeah, so right here it's saying doesn't work with the diagnostic pin of the extruder stepper, so you must cut your soldering iron and heat up the pin and take it out. So it's that one there we have to snip. So it's the inside pin. Oh, those ones are not. I don't like those ones. The cheap Creality flush cutters. Okay. Now we can put this back in. And manage this Y cable now into the pack. Need one more zip tie down here to kind of just get all of this together. I didn't switch cameras. Sorry guys, give me 1 second. Switch cameras back here. That one. Yeah, I could desolder it, but I'd have to heat the soldering iron back up and wait for it, and I'm super impatient. So fan. Should I change that now or not? Guess I should just change it now. So as I was saying before, in this one, let me find SKR 1.4 pin out. Let me get you guys here, screen capture. The I need the pin out tree. So I need the Big Tree Tech GitHub. SKR 1.4. No, that's mini E3. The frame is actually one of my old printers that I cut down to make this printer. That's not dedication. I don't know what it is. Hardware. Pinout. It's fan pin. So I need to change that. So you see right here, it says fan pin for fan 0. That's not correct in Chris's firmware. His firmware has it set to this P204. So we're just going to call this fan pin. Is it 1? Or it's just fan pin? Let me verify in Megatron what I did. Where's Megatron? Megatron. Marlin. Configuration advanced. Fan 1 pin. That's what it is. Or it should be just fan pin, right? That should work out like that. Because that's what it's labeled here in the thing. Where'd that go? Fan 1 pin for that. That's just fan pin for Marlin. Okay, so that should work out. Let's build this and see if it builds properly. It does not like that. What are you doing? The TFT. I did get it, but I got the wrong one. I got the up and down one, not the side to side one that I wanted. So I was pretty mad at myself for that. I don't know why I bought these ones. I have 2 brand new in the packaging here. These are not the. Yeah, see, these are the up and down ones. Where we at? They're not the knob needs to be on the side to make it fit these better. So we need to order the right ones in. I got 2 of those. And I bought them to use with other printers if I need them. Because I think this fits the Ender, and I did buy some SKR Mini E3s to use. And yeah, I might swap out the LCD on the Ender 3. I don't know if I'll do video on it or not, but something I bought this for. Also, I bought one for the, I know I bought one of the boards for the Anycubic Mega Zero to upgrade that thing. So why won't it let me do that one? Why can't I use fan pin? What's fan pin being used for? If I use control fan or fan pin, that's not right. Why won't let me use that? You cannot set E0 auto fan pin equal to fan pin. But that's what it is in the wiring. Can I do it to fan 1 pin? Fan 1 pin. Let's see if this builds. Because that's using the other extruder. And that's what I've done in my other builds, but the 1.4 is a new board to me. I would love to use the other header as the other header though. If I can set this, can I? Okay, I'm gonna wait for this to finish building. But I want to do, if I define that, and then define controller fan pin, we'll call this just fan pin, because that's what it is. Unless it's fan 0 pin, if it doesn't like fan pin, because there's 1, and obviously the 0 is a number here, for fan 0. Let's see if there's another JPEG. No, that's not what I want. I want the 1.4 schematic. This is what I want. This is what we want here. Golly, it's hard to read some of these. Stops, NeoPixel servers, thermistors, fuses, DC power, MOSFETs, fan 1, fan 2, fan 3, fan 0. Did we build? Yeah, we build. Okay. Okay, let me copy that over now. And then I want to try build again with this change, because again, if I can use that controller fan, I would love to do that. That way it just keeps the controller fan from running all the time. And not every board has the ability to do that. What times? Built Megatrons? Yeah, I hear Megatron. I think I just built Megatrons. I think I built the right one. Yeah, it doesn't like that. Okay, so let's just uncomment that. Or let's wait. Let's try one more time. Let's do fan 0 pin and see if that works. I don't know. Spitballing here. Nope, doesn't like fan 0 pin. It's fan 0 pin now. You still don't like it? Doesn't like it. Okay. So be it. Let's just comment that out. It's fine. It'll just run. Try building that again. I don't know why it doesn't like the pin on that one. It doesn't say that it has a pin on it. That's it's in here. I just cannot read that. Reset that. Let's go here to the PDF version. There we go. So we're looking for the fans. Yeah, because they're down here. So fan 1, fan 2, fan 3 are just straight power. But then again, heated bed and fan 0. Let's see that's D10. It's D10 up here. Is that up here where that's at? Can you do a 10? What's the bed number? The bed could be heated bed saying it's D9. 7 there. Stop that. Stop that. That's not making any sense to me. That's fine. We're running off the extruder header. Okay, that should have built now. Why are you not building? Let's close that out. Back into the SKR Bear Marlin. And build. It's not working right now. So relaunch it and go from there. Marlin, configuration advanced. I want release notes. Okay. Build again. Why are you going in 8 seconds and not actually working? $2_4, 2_3. If I do B2_03 is for 0. Oh wait, we want 4 is for pan pin 1. And if we go up here, if I enable this controller fan, if I do say P2_03, let's see if that builds. You cannot set controller fin pan equal to fan pin. It just won't let you do that one. Because you can just do fan1_pin, or you can do P, the actual pin number of it. Let's see if this actually built. The problem is it's not updating my folder here when it said it built. All right, come on. Almost there. Stay on target. Stay on target. Come on. Okay. It's still not updating. Still saying it's 10:09. What do you got here, Brandon? E2.3. But it's on all the time. So that's not right. It's on all the time right now. Oh, the park going fan. So my misunderstanding how he's actually wiring it off of his guide here. Right now, it's the hot end cooling fan is on all the time, because that's what it's on. That makes sense. So I need to switch. I need to switch that to E1. So that's fan 1 pin. So if I do that, will let me upload to it? Chronoface is connected. It's not connected. Cancel that, cancel that, cancel that. Oh, is it going to crash? It might crash on me. It's not responding now. Reopen. Fan 1 pin. Okay, I want you to build. Well, again, I can't do anything if this is not going to build properly, which is not. It's not updating my firmware in the folder. It was doing it. I did the last update 20 minutes ago, or half an hour ago now, I guess. So this one should come up at 10:42 or 43 once it's done. It's not there yet. Oh, we aired out. Okay. Let's file directory. Okay, fine. Let's just remove from workspace. Go home. Spin this one again. Marlin, configuration advanced. All there. Let's build again. See what happens. I don't like it being, I mean, I don't want to have these fans on all the time. They don't need to be. But I can have that one run both fans, which is the nice thing I can do. Oops, there's he fell out. Baby, come back. Guess I can plug this back in. Come on. Come on, computer. Do. Okay. It's building all right. Take us a good old time. But yeah, what I can do is I can just make a quick pigtail with like this, run it into there, have two males come off of it to plug into the two fans. That might be the easiest thing to do. Okay, did you update now? Alright, I've been. There we go. Okay. Copy that. Paste. Get rid of the current build. And let's pull this off. Back on. Let it build first and come up. And then, okay. Now let's do a quick test. I'm going to do a quick test. Do I have a pigtail already made? Let me check real quick if I have a pre-made one that I can borrow just to make my life a smidge easier. Remember, I keep everything. So not every scrap, but doggone close to every scrap that I've used for builds. Oh, I have one of these that could work. Oh, no, that's a jumper. I do have this, but it's really short. That won't work. That's the size. Ready. I do have female or male JST that I could use. I don't think I have any other ones in here. Oh, I have this. I use the double-ended one. I think you are. No, you're not. Sweet. That one will work. It's stupid long, but it will do the job. We're just gonna leave that right there for a minute. All right, so I'm just gonna connect this to the fan header. Let me switch you guys up here again. Let's go back to here. Not the fan header, I'm sorry. This is gonna go into extruder 1. And then I'm gonna heat up extruder 1 and see what happens. So there's the wee. What's the polarity on that? Nope, didn't do any, didn't short anything yet. How dare you have little faith in me? Positive along that side. Okay, so then I want to take off this fan, plug it into here. Okay, so now I do this. That should not turn on. Okay. And if we go ahead and we're just going to preheat just the hot end real quick. Well, that's not good. Those motors are fighting against each other. All right, we'll fix that in a minute. At home's okay, but one of those motors is not happy. Okay. Temperature, nozzle, 220. Once this hits 50, that should turn on. That's what we're waiting for. I like to see 49, 50. Ah, it turns on. I know you guys can't see, but it's on. Braha. So I'm going to do that also for this fan here. So I'm going to create a pigtail. Let's figure what's going on with our Z-axis right now. Let's reset. I don't want that to be on. I want to cool down now. It's going to turn right back on because it's going to be over 50. Once this loads, 104, it turns on. That's exactly what I want to happen. I like that better than the alternative. Why is Z moving so weird? Are we just off by that much? No, it's not really off at all. Motion. Let's do the autos the align. Yeah, why does that sound so weird? I need to reset those values. Keep forgetting. Configuration, advanced, TMC, sensorless, 70, 70. It's like there's something weird when they move up. Yeah, they're both locked into place. I love the auto align. I have this set up on Megatron too. So nice to do that. Okay. Okay, we're all aligned. I think it's just the pressure on the one here. Those are solidly in now. All right, so I think I just have to make that splitter real quick, which isn't too hard to do. Or I could just make 2 of those real quick, because I like the other type of JST better anyways. But I don't know if I have another one of those in here, or if it's just that one. Because this is a female, it's a male. Oh, wait, yes, I do. Sweet. There are 2 females in here. But this one is not a JST. Shoot. Or it is a JST. It's not a DuPont. I guess I can do one of each, right? Am I right or am I right? Let's change it out. I think I'm just going to change it out. All right, we're going to do some quick soldering here, guys. So let's get the soldering iron warmed up down there. Let's disconnect the USB before I break that. Let's crimp a new connector on here, and that fan just turned off. Love that. I have a wire strip, but I am so lazy I don't want to get it out. I'm not lazy, I just don't want to waste time getting it out when I can just do it by hand. Make my life easier. 2 pins left on this one. Crimpers. Okay. If we can do this. Let's go 2 for 2. Where are the needle nose pliers? Right there. I need to get more fluorescent tools. Different color fluorescent tools. Or try to get my hands on some plastic, bright color, different colors of Plasti Dip. And just dip all my tools in different colors to make them easier to find on my table. So everything's black, except for my crimpers. And my ferrule crimpers. They are both nice and bright orange. I can always see those. Okay. So we got the 2 of these. Oh, that still has a thing in it. Just like that. Okay, and then let's power you off. I need the little Phillips. Simplest way to join 2 of these together is with a ferrule. Put that jumper at. Nope. Nope, nope, I lost it. No, there it is. Okay. These are both super long. Just gonna go like that. Re-strip these down. Okay. Now let's get out. Need some ferrules. Where are they at? Right here. Michael, what's up? Chris Travis, hello, hello. Sorry, just saw you guys pop in. Should be big enough. Red with red. I just don't want to solder right now either, so
I'm going to cheat and do this route. It's just as secure as soldering it. Okay, those are tight. And what we say? We said red goes on that side. Screwdriver. Come on. First, doesn't want to go in now. A little persuasion. There we go. And not the soldering iron before I burn myself. Okay, so there's red in. Now black. Just a skosh more. Come on. Like I said, I like this case, but for doing this part right here, this would be really nice if these were down at the bottom. There we go. Now I can tighten this one down. All right, and now, okay. So what I've got here is a set of pigtails right here. One is going to that fan, one is going to this case fan here. And again, the case fan is not 100% necessary, but I wanted it. And I can just plug this one in here. So now when I'm printing, this fan will come on because this fan is not necessary unless motors are moving. Some boards have what's called a controller fan, and you can just plug a controller fan on there, and anytime there's movement, so anytime any of the stepper drivers are engaged, that fan will turn on and turn off. But this way, at least, as long as I'm printing, this will be on, cooling the stepper drivers. Life should be good. Let's get these back in here now. X needs to get up out of my way. X gonna give it to you. Oh man. Ooh, the lolly. Come on. There we go. And I know I don't have the wire loom on the extruder carriage yet because that wire loom has not come in yet. I'm really hoping soon. Might need to just order some more to have on hand because that one might have got lost. I need to check my AliExpress orders. I did find 2 orders that got lost. I contacted the sellers and they are reshipping my things. That was stuck for the BLV, which was a super bummer because again, I really want to work on that printer. I just need the bed. But I really wanted to get this printer done. I mean, if I can call this done, then that will free up my mind to work on another project. But right now, being just stuck in a loop of working on this is getting pretty tiresome. Let me check comments on YouTube real quick. Oh, let's see. I am left the NZ right here. It no longer is in there. There is now an SKR 1.4 in there with TMC 2209 drivers. I am using Chris Wakaki's build. Few tweaks, really good firmware so far, but I did need to tweak it a bit in order to work with my setup, which is kind of always the thing. But okay, let's do an auto home. And let's do a preheat to make sure that everything heats up okay. Motion, auto home. Oh, I didn't set the thing again. Oh, all right. I'm gonna change the firmware right now. And I'm gonna change it, I'm gonna update that. These changes to 70. So that is the sensor was homing. I'm doing 70 and 70 worked. Okay. I'm gonna save that. I'm gonna go into here, the 12th time today, advanced settings, DMC drivers, down to this homing, X down to 70, Y down to 70. Going to store settings. Okay. Motion. Auto home. X. Y. These going down. All right. I think now I can go ahead and adjust my Z offset. All right, we can do that now. Need a drink real quick. I need to do Z offset before I can print. Ah, man. Okay, and his Z offset in the firmware is 2.2. We know that's wrong. Because obviously mine's not going to be that, and I think mine might be a skosh more. So we're going to plug in. We're going to pull up pronter face. Okay. All right, we're going to get a piece of paper, wherever that one might be. I keep leveling paper around the office. Here's one. Just little scraps, corners of paper. Okay, so oh, I have a wireless mic, wireless mouse. That doesn't work too hot on here. Doesn't work on here. Oh, that's better. Okay, so let's lower Z. That doesn't work that well, I guess. 1, 2. You know what? That is actually spot on. Oh my god. When does that ever happen, guys? All right, well let's do a let's go motion. Let's make sure, because I did manually move the Z. Let's do a Z align. So what Z align does, if you're not familiar with it, in Marlin 2.0, if you use two stepper drivers for your Z axis, so Z and then your extruder 1, so you split them up, you can do multiple, you can auto level. So what it does is it probes one end, finds out how far it is, goes here, probes again, calculates the distance, and will, you know, kind of make adjustments. You know, see each side will move a smidge. So this one, that one should move there. It was pretty close there, like it was a micro. And then it's going to go to the middle and just get one more of where it's at. There it is. It says it's 2.2. So let's take it down. Let's put my paper in there so we don't do anything bad. Go down 1, 2, 1, 2. And Yeah, that's really close. We'll change that. Configuration, C probe offset. We'll just adjust it with baby steps. Let's just do that. Let me throw a cube here real quick in Prusa slicer. So we're just going to use the Mark 3S profile for now, because I didn't download Bear. Does he have one I can easily get? Where's he at here? Brandon, are you using Chris's Bear Prusa profile? Ayo. Ayo. For slicing, are you using Chris Warkaki's profiles for slicing? I'll just do that then for now. So Mark 3S. I'm just going to go with generic PLA, 0.2 quality. And we're just going to, I guess we're just kind of YOLO it. So we're just going to go ahead and add a shape, a box. We're going to make it 40 millimeters all around. Slice and dice it. Oh, Keith, you're right. I can use Megatron. Yeah, right? I should be able to use Megatron because that all should work. Keith is here, finally, dude. Keith, I should be able to use Megatron, right? There shouldn't be a problem. It's pinging me on Discord. Yeah, it's stock Marlin. Okay. Export G code. Yeah, here. Bear. These old 2 1s, just so I don't accidentally print one of those. And print from media, shape box, print. And we heat up. Let's see what happens. Switch camera for you guys again. Just go here. Yeah, like that. Okay, that's good enough, I guess. Keith, I might need a new a bed image here. Just just saying, if you're bored one day and you feel like making another bed image for a different printer, I got one right here for you. I do have the little bear as well to put on the control box. It just needs to be a bit of glue. It doesn't quite sit there on its own. Oops, a string on it. All right, so what I have this person, this is using Megatron's profile. I have it heat the bed first. That way, if there's any wonkiness in the bed, the probe will detect that. So I don't have an SVG, Keith. I have nothing. I mean, if you want to throw a bear symbol, let me see if I can find a bear SVG. I think there was somewhere. Oh wait, somebody already made one here. Oh, that's the Darbio one. That's not what I want. Oh God, I think Chris has a 7x7. 49 points. You guys can't see that. G76 probe temp calibration. Let me Google that real quick. G76. Is that in Marley? Probe temp calibration. Did I just do it with a P? Jack, no, I don't. My Prusa and the Mark 3S clone both run the stock 3x3. Megatron runs a 5x5. I mean, I get fine first layers. I don't really see the reason for a 7x7, to be honest. Okay, so now it's going to heat up the hot end. All right, Keith, I will look into that tonight. I haven't PID tuned at all. Like, I'm going off of what Chris's settings were. So I will do it. I just want to make sure this thing actually really like works. So that's what tonight is, making sure this works. I'll go into calibration after this. Because I wouldn't mind, it's been 2 hours. I wouldn't mind ending once I know this thing actually extrudes, which I don't know if the extrude even works, to be honest. I didn't try, and I didn't add any filament on. which I really just wanted to make sure this is all going to work okay. Is that on properly? I need to recenter this. There it goes. Let's see what happens. Nope, we're going the wrong way. Okay. So stop print. Stop. Okay, let's go here to the firmware and invert E direction, true. And then remind me real quick, for the filament sensor, it should be triggered when filament is in there and open when filament is out. Pretty sure that's the way it's supposed to be. Throw an actual spool of filament on here since that piece broke off earlier. Correct. Okay. These are the cheapest steppers that I had, and these are FISEC ones made for Prusas just because they have the 320 millimeter height. And then these other steppers are recycled from an old printer. They don't even have markings on them. The extrusion is recycled from an old printer. It's scratched up and gross. I mean, it's pretty clean, but I have hidden holes here in the back. Right here is where some holes were, where like the extrusion would punch through, but that's hidden behind all of this, which is pretty sweet, I think. Another T-nut just kind of sitting there. You can get out before. Hold. Okay. Close this out. Reopen it. The VS code is just angers me. Should automatically up there. I have good skills. This took me 2 weeks to get here, dude. This was such a rough build. Cannot lie. Let's change filament, load filament, PLA. Oh, that's not gonna do anything because this extruder is going backwards. Anyway, for this to update so I can reboot it. Well, upload, I should say. Come on, VS Code, work this time, please. Yeah, that doesn't matter because you're going to go the wrong way. Do 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 do. Come on, come on, come by. I swear, it's like watching grass grow or paint dry. It just. Such file directory. What the heck are you talking about here? Reopen it again. Keith, why does VS Code not like me? Open. Marlin. Configuration. Direction. Build. Okay. Wait again for it. Sorry, guys. He doesn't have it raise up for the change filament command. Let's see here. I need to see what I'm doing on Megatron. Where to change that at? The feed rate, the length, feed rate, Excel length, feed rate length, Excel length. The beeps. Okay, that worked. Is that on the USB drive? Yeah, so let's delete current. Let's turn it off. Turn it back on. Okay, let's just do the creation, advanced, initiate Eprom. Let's make sure my TMCs are set right. Yep. Now we can try that again. I'm not seeing it where it lifts the head to do the filament change, because it does on Megatron. But I'm not seeing it in here. Let's do this. Let's do select for compare with selected. So his Megatron's on the left. Okay. No, Megatron's on the right. Yeah. Oh, I didn't load filament. Whoops. I'll do that once it goes back to it. Where's all the park information? Come on. Feed rate. I see the info. That's not it. That's not it. Interval. That's not it. Linear advanced stuff. Probe edge things. Let's go here. Feed rates are different there. About it. Oh, I'm in advanced. That's why. Z raise. That is not found. There's the park point, the nozzle park XY, and the feed rate. Well, it says Z are supposed to be 20, but it didn't do that. We're going to fudge this a little bit. All right, let me just do that real quick. We'll cheat. Yeah, Keith, I don't find that anywhere. I mean, it's like I said, it says in here it's the park point, and then it looks like it's Y max minus 10, Y min plus 10, and then 20 for the Z rays. So right there is only off by 0.3. So quiet. I love making machines nowadays. Like I just hate running my Ender 3 or something like that. I could just sit here all day and just watch. I wish I could. My kids would be all over me. Not bad for staying. Not perfect, but not bad. Raise it up just a little bit more. That's better. Negative 0.305. That looks much better. We get a little bit of the crumpliness when you get between, when your layers are going between each other, they kind of over extrude on top of the previous line. So you just gotta dial that in, and whoo, that looks good now. Love it. Loving it, loving it, loving it. Let's see here. As zoomed as I get. Yep, as zoomed as I get there. The only thing audible is the fans, obviously. And my table, this hollow plastic table sucks. Like, I hate having to use it, but I mean, you use what you got, right? And that's what I got to use in my office here for when I'm working on machines. Wish I had something more stable, but if it was more stable, I'd have to be too hard to move around. And this is the 0.2 millimeter quality setting that I copied over to Megatron. So what I did is when I created Megatron, I have this. There we go. Yeah, so when I created Megatron's profiles in Simplify 3D, I went ahead and copied all of like from the 0.1 ultra detail all the way up to the 0.3 like super rough, and was able to make all those my settings properly, so that worked out well. I have not tried Repetier on the SKR. 10-foot version, yeah. Is yours the split? So mine splits in the middle. So this is the 4-foot or 5-foot version. I think this is 5-foot. And it splits in the middle, so I can fold the legs up under it, fold it all the way down, and then put it to the side, and I open up my entire office. I have another one exactly like this for resin down in the basement, but that one has a piece of MDF on it that my 3 resin printers sit on, and I use that so I can level all the legs on each printer to make sure that each one is level to earth, because people kind of forget that because you're using a liquid, you have to level your resin printer to earth. Otherwise, your resin, you might run out of resin in a certain part later on in a print if your resin gets low. All right, this is super duper cheap. This is Anycubic PLA, which is just Sunlu PLA rebranded. So it's just real cheap stuff that I'm using in this for testing. Trying Clipper in the future. No, but Jack, did you see that you can run? Is it Repetier? Was that what the what's that real expensive board? The Duet runs. So you can run the Duet firmware on an SKR, and I've seen people post it in the BLV group. It looks really cool. So that's I thought that was pretty cool to try out. I might not try that out yet. I want to get BLV just working. I need to get the bed drilled, but I can't drill the bed until I get the heated pad because I want to make sure I drill everything proper. I really want to get the BLV going here. Knack, what's up, dude? Welcome back to the stream. And Clipper's the one that uses the Pi, right? Because I know that Clipper became really big about 3 years ago whenever everyone started putting Clipper onto their Delta printers. So RepRap, that's what it is. Yeah, RepRap is the yeah. Well, Jim, let me know in the Discord how that works out for you, man. I would love to hear about it. I think that's really cool to be able to run something different on there. And I like the duet features, but again, I'm sorry, I'm not going to pay $140 or $200 if you get like the extra craziness. That's just too much money for a board. I mean, I built this for what, 200 bucks, $250 because I recycled most everything. I think I forgot to change my infill. What am I infill at? 20%. Whoops. I forgot to dial that down. And the other thing is, I totally get the whole thing with Raspberry Pis and monitoring. I only use it on the Mark III's for time lapses and just to kind of for the Discord. It posts every 10%. It posts a Discord, so people can see like things that I'm printing. It's not 24/7, but at least when something's going, you can see what's happening in my shop, and that's okay. And if I had my printers somewhere else where I wasn't actually sitting, but this is my office. I mean, this is my gaming computer right here that I stream from. And I've got my desk underneath of it. I got this table and obviously all the printers here. So I can see that if you want to monitor something that's from far away, but I also don't port my stuff out to the web. It's just more work than I want to be. And I don't need anybody trying to get into my network as it is. So input it. That's interesting. I mean, I guess is that for a printer that you like can't get the ringing out of? Because I mean, if you tune the printer and kind of muck with it, you shouldn't really have any ringing or ghosting. You just, fix your. It's either people printing way too fast or they just have too fast accelerations and jerk settings. Usually acceleration. How long do you say it's going to take? Because yeah, this is going to take forever with 20% infill. Yeah, 2 hours. Oh man. Geo, what's up? I not lately because I fried the screen on it. I didn't fry the screen. I don't know if it's the cable or the board or what, but I was thinking about putting a MKS board in here, but I end up using that MKS board for a different project. But yeah, I just I don't know. I think I need to replace the board in it, and I figured if I'm going to replace it, might as well put a 32-bit board in it. 4K acceleration on your printer. Holy heck! All right, well, Jack. You're talking about a Voron now. I mean, come on. Those printers are built like a brick house. I'm expecting great things from the BLV because of how sturdy it is. I mean, there's nothing on that. They ain't going nowhere. To be a total dad about it, they ain't going nowhere. That printer is built so well. It really is. I hate all of the corner nuts. I might go back and do the blind joints maybe, but that's a much later thing to like once I get it working and I understand it better, rip it apart, maybe print some new parts and do that. But that's also not a this tour thing. That'll be when I get to my next. I just want to get the BLV finished here before I move. I'm moving in the spring, summertime. So I just want to get that thing up, running, working. I know it works. Get it shipped. When I get to my next place, then I'll kind of decide if I want to go back and change anything on it. I'm happy the way it is. The thing is, I need to finish up these projects the next few months here and figure out, okay, which printers are going with me and which ones I'm going to get rid of. And which ones I'm going to ship early. So I don't really understand why the SecGo kit is better than the BLV. Granted, I haven't finished BLV. I'm totally jury's out on how well it works. I got it barely started here, and I'm running a 0.6 nozzle on it as well. It does print. Doesn't print 100% well yet because it's completely untuned, but it's there. It is working. I mean, if it's just price-wise, I mean, this thing you're mostly paying for is the extrusion. I could have built this way cheaper, but I didn't want to cut the 20 pieces of extrusion myself because I was not 100% sure I could get those accurate on my chop saw. So I bought the kit for a reason for that part. But still, it's an $850 kit. It's only $600, but you pay $140 for shipping. Gio's asking me printers I have. I think I'm down to 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 to include the BLV, FDM printers, and then I have the 3 resin. So I'm at 18 printers now. I used to be at 27, I think, but I recently got rid of a bunch. I have 2 left to get rid of. I'm waiting to see if my kids' school wants to take them or not. Which I probably should email them again and see what's going on. So I'm gonna let this go for just a few more minutes, and then we're probably gonna call it there. Again, I'm gonna run the G76 probe compensation, get that done. I'm gonna do a bed and hot end PID calibration. And yeah, I think the E-steps are probably pretty spot on. I might check that later at some point if I see any weirdness in the print. But I meant this to have like 5% infill, just go quickly. But when I changed my profile, I kind of forgot. Keith, if you're still there, I'm going to look for the Bear logo if I can find it in a SVG version, which I thought I had somewhere. Or I'll reach out to just George and ask him, hey, can I get the SVG of the Bear logo? Yeah, I did want this to be just a quick print. 305. I just want to make sure I store that Z offset negative 0.3. So almost to 0 offset. I got pretty close to that. It was off by just a little bit. I may adjust my the initial purge, the prime line, because Megatron's bigger. The X and Y of the printer is just bigger, so the nozzle actually sits off of the build plate. So I have to account for that whenever I do the prime line. So I just need to move it up on X a little bit. So that's just another note that I need to make for myself. Let's make a new sticky note here. So for the Bear, to do Bear, G76 for the Penda, and then I need to do the PID for the bed, PID for the hot end, I need to adjust, what did I say that was? Purge? Prime line. Prime line on X. Yeah, backward, yeah, oh, no, on Y. X is fine, you adjust that on Y. Jim, again, I bought them, but I bought the wrong ones. I'm so mad. These are the BTT TFT 35 E3 V3. Wrong one. So I'm actually going to hop on to Ally right now and throw one in my cart. Jim, are you running that and the regular screen or just that screen? They have a 7-inch now? Holy heck, where am I at? Where are we here? Look at this. They've got the 4.3, a 50, a 5-inch, and a 7-inch. I just put the 7-inch on there. Oh my god. Oh man, that's hilarious. Thanks, Jim. $2 to go to the new board or the new screen. Do I adjust the screen here? The zero and standard. Okay, cool. Yeah, again, I thought I bought the right one when I ordered. Apparently not. There's TFT 35. Will that give it to me? Look for the Wi-Fi module. I need one of the Wi-Fi modules though. So this is the one I need right here, right? This is the TFT 35 V3. And I bought the wrong one. SKR 1.4 turbo, 1.3, Ender 3. Yeah. This should be the one. Yeah, I'm gonna get the Wi-Fi module too, because I wouldn't mind testing out Wi-Fi and see how it works. But that 7-inch is pretty cool. I mean, I don't know if it would fit under the bed there, but I have an MKS one on here, but maybe I'll buy 2 of these and put one on the Hypercube. I'm gonna go ahead and stop this now. I mean, so far, it's not too bad. Yeah, these are very, very small print, so gotta just take it for what it is. And it's white, of course, really hard to show on screen. But I mean, the first layer came out really good. Again, a little squished on the one end right here. You can see kind of the lines overlap a little bit there, too much. And then down here is much better. There was that. But overall, I mean, the walls, the corners there seem okay for now. I'm going to run it again with obviously way less infill. I just want to get a full box done just to be able to see everything. Want to do a vase as well. So I'm going to run that. I'm going to start that now, and then I'm going to sign off. I want this to be 5%. Slice now. So I want to go to the USB drive. Yeah, I'm also doing a vase mode one. So that is spiral vase. Yes. Slice it and dice it. And we're going to save that to the SD card as well. And eject it. Okay. That started. And yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to call it a night there. That's almost 3 hours, but we got the Bear reconfigured with an SKR 1.4 in there, which is fantastic. Everything seems to be working. Extrusion looks good. Again, I do have tuning I need to do on this, but for all in all, I might call this done. I think what I'm going to do in the end here is just a wrap-up video, not a live stream, but just a wrap-up video, just kind of going over what happened with the build and where I ended up at, and just, again, just why I made the decisions I did to end up ditching that to go to this. It has to do a lot with just the pure exactness that is the Prusa slicer and the Bear. I cut this myself. That could be part of it. My cuts might not be perfectly straight, which could be hence like messing up with the skew. There is so many things that could have went wrong and that were going wrong, fighting against me. So you know what? I'm just going to have a spare board for my MK3Ss, my original and my clone, and I have this on hand. I mean, I bought it, might as well keep it around. It does work, so I can use it for that stuff. But other than that, yeah, some simple tuning on this. I'm very, very happy now that I have this working again, or working at all, I should say. Sorry, excuse me. And I'm just excited to work on this more. Thank you to everybody, Keith and Jack, just helping out with this nonstop over the past almost 3 weeks to try and get where I am today. And again, I kind of decided to diverge off and just go with an SKR, but their troubleshooting help has been phenomenal. So I really do appreciate that. And anytime anybody wants to try and help me out with some random thing that I'm trying to do and might not be working out, there are links to my Discord, or will be links to my Discord down below if you guys want to join in on all the mayhem goes over there. I'm actually watching 2 of the guys right now build another fully custom printer based on the ANET A8 Plus, which I am getting soon. And I'm going to be doing a review of that printer, and I'm going to be doing a full custom build with that as well. And they're already working on the design, testing out everything. So hopefully by the time I get mine, that design will be finalized and I'll be able to share that with you guys. It's going to be awesome. So stay tuned for that. I'll be back again tomorrow night, Saturday night, for my normal night hangout. Maybe I'll have some more prints done on here you guys can check out. And yeah, it's been really fun. Thank you again, everybody, for watching. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Wash your hands, stay safe, and happy printing.